Welcome back. Well, the markets have taken some bit of a support at those lower levels, and now we're continuing to trade above that 17,750 odd mark. So good to see a bit of a bounce from the low point of the day. But let's focus on another company, KFin Technologies. Well, their profit doubled on a year-on-year basis. Margins remain stable. To understand more about what's the outlook for the final quarter and FY24 as well, we're joined by Mr. Sreekanth Nadella, the whole-time director and CEO of KFin Technologies. Hi, Sreekanth. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, margins are moving towards the mid-40s odd. Could you give us a guidance about, where do you see this number headed? And also your AUM market share. That's been stable around 35%. Where do you see that one headed?
Certainly, Nigel. Very good morning. We continue to focus on the controllables, which is the costs, of course. The markets, tend to behave the way they would. Our margins have come closer to 40% for the 9 months, ending 31st December, even as our quarter EBITDA has moved up north of 43%. We believe that, the trajectory could be maintained into the coming quarter and into the subsequent quarters as well.
All right. You've said in the past that, 20% growth is something that is sustainable with margins between 42 to 45%. Just wanted to know whether you are comfortable with that 20% growth in this year and the year after that as well, at least in the near term. And secondly, you had earmarked some amount for, some sort of acquisition in organic growth as well. Where are you on that right now?
We continue to, expand our businesses through acquisitions of incidental and ancillary businesses. We have concluded and integrated a fund administration business into earlier part of the previous year. At any given point in time, we are scouting at least 3 to 4 acquisitions, all of which are on track at this point in time. In time to come, we should be able to make some announcements in that regard.
Right, and your margin, you said, would improve between 42 to 45% by when, and the 20% growth guidance that stands, right?
Mangalam, so we are at 39.9%, for the 9 months ending 31st December. So we are close to 40% already. We believe that we'll be able to maintain the trajectory of 40 to 45%, subject only to the market performance. As you know, about 60% plus of our revenues are linked to the performance of the equity market. So, subject to any non-material changes, we'd be able to meet that. Overall revenue growth for the 9 month ending 31st December was about 17%. Again, there had been a patchy, NFOs on the equity markets, even as all other businesses of ours, issuer solutions and international business, has grown over 40% plus to give us a cushion to grow at 17% plus into the 9 months ending 31st December.
You mentioned growth a few times, Sreekanth, out there. In international and other investor solutions business, well, on a low pace, that's growing pretty well. As a percentage of your total revenues, what do you see this ideal mix at? And if you could tell us a broad revenue trajectory, particularly of both these two segments.
Most certainly. We started the year with about, 67% of the revenues to come from mutual funds. The share of the other businesses, albeit on a smaller basis, as I said, has grown over 40%, which got us to a percentage of little over 62% to come from mutual funds and the remaining to come from the non-mutual funds businesses. We are very purposeful in diversifying our business, even as the overall pie expands. The share of the pie that is contributed by the international as well as the issuer solutions and the other businesses, we believe, should get us to anywhere around 60-40 mix in the near term. When I'm talking about near term, it's about a year from now. But over 3 to 5 year trajectory, we'd like to believe that over 50% of our growth will come from the non-mutual fund business.
All right, 50% of the growth coming in from non-mutual fund business. The revenue potential of this deal that you've done in Canada for fund and administration services is what we want to know from you. And also the potential of business coming in from Gift City operations, because you've started that in Feb itself, right?
That is correct. We are very excited about our start of operations in Gift City. We have already won 6, funds in terms of 2 being international and 4 being Gift City domiciled funds. There is a pretty large pipeline which we hope to convert into the next month to 2. In terms of our Canadian deal, this is the very first time that we have moved to West. Otherwise, all our international operations are more gravitated towards Southeast Asia. The deal by itself is, a small size deal at the moment, but something that we believe will open up doors into the broader fund administration markets of US and Canada.
All right. And, your market share has increased from 29% to 35 odd percent. What is your target market share going forward? Because you're talking about growing faster?
See, our expansion in the domestic mutual funds was largely on the back of, a significant number of wins over the last 5 to 6 years. We continue to maintain a very healthy win rate of little over 65%. We won 15 out of the last 22 mandates. We manage 27 out of 41 operational asset management companies, even as our funds are mostly equity focused. Given the SIP book is quite substantial for us, about 42% market share and one that is fast growing, I'd like to believe that, and SIP being the retail and sticky business over a period of time, the 35% should expand closer to 40% in the next 2 to 3 years.
All right, market share going to 40% in the next 2 to 3 years. Sreekanth, we've spoken about business enough, but both Nigel and I had a question, and I'm sure you've been asked this a lot of times.
And I think you know it as well.
Are you related to the other Mr. Famous Nadella by any chance? I mean, that's a pretty, obvious question, I guess.
It is an obvious question, but no, I'm not. I'm not. And hopefully, another Nadella will make his mark in the global economy one of these days.
Oh, damn.
Absolutely.
I thought you would say, yes, you are. And, both of your brothers, etc. or something. That would have added some...
But is there some background? I mean, similar place of origin or something like that? Something common in that?
Yes. We both belong to the city of Hyderabad and, same, city and village I'd like to live, yeah.
All right. We're just trying to figure, if there's any famous D'Souza or Malu that we know of.
Tell me. I would love to know.
But the only other famous Mangalam I know is Kumar Mangalam Birla. Nothing to do with that. All right. Sreekanth, thank you so much for joining in. Pleasure, as always, speaking with you. With that, we'll step into a short break. Come back. We focus on the markets and individual stocks on the other side.